being fed my own medicine here. All right. What felt like an unlimited supply of buyers and sellers. It's page 49, guys. I've been on that page enough times that I recognize it. What felt like an unlimited supply of buyers and sellers suddenly feels very limited. Abundance quickly shifts to scarcity. And interesting perspective around this, okay? Because it's important that you're getting the right message. Just because we move from more to less, just because what felt like abundance now feels like scarcity doesn't mean that that's a reality, because there's plenty of properties being listed. There's plenty of properties being sold. And in actuality, if you look behind me, you'll see that for the month of August, sales in our local MLS were down by 30.7%. Meanwhile, Keller Williams Coral Springs sales in August were up by 20.4%. So if you're part of the Coral Springs Market Center, you're outperforming the MLS by 51.1%. So congratulations. By the way, write it down, because it's great marketing information for you to use when you're talking to your clients. For me, it says a lot. It says a lot about you. It says a lot about your character. It says a lot about your persistence. And it also says to me that training matters. What you do matters. That what we did 6 months ago doesn't necessarily work the same today. And for those of us who are making a change in our business, we're getting better results. So kudos to you. All right, Gary goes on to say, just because, I should have just read that to you. Just because the market has moved from more to less doesn't necessarily mean you have to. As leads become fewer, you must make a more concerted effort to generate them. You can't sit back. Sitting back and waiting is not a strategy. Now, that might have worked when the market was doing really, really well, and it won't work today. An example of that. So I just shared with you some great news. Let me share an opportunity with you. In looking at listings taken, on average, again, Coral Springs, I'm talking to you guys, on average, we list between 12 and 15 homes a week. And we could do better than that, okay? And don't take that the wrong way. I just always am gonna raise the bar for you guys, for you, so that you can continue to grow your business. We average between 12 and 15 listings a week, and we've taken 4 listings this week. We have an opportunity to really ramp that up. Hey, by the way, it doesn't necessarily mean that there were 50% fewer listings in Coral Springs and Parkland this week, because I promise you, if I go into BrokerMetrics and I look at that, that's not going to be the case. It just means we took fewer. All right. It's not punitive, as Alan would say. It's just opportunity. Please take it that way. All right. You can't sit back. You must be more rigorous and resolute in your lead generation than ever before, and more so than anyone else. It's a competition. I want you to think of it like a football game, and the other team fumbles the ball and you're on defense. Now you're all standing around, balls on the ground. Go get it. Only one of you can recover it. Be that one. Only one of you can get the listing. Be that one. You have to be more rigorous and resolute than ever before, and more so than anyone else. All right. In fact, now is the time to shift your lead generation activities into the highest gear possible. Words matter. Please pay attention to that. Highest gear possible. Highest gear possible. That means there is nothing higher. You are lead generating at a level that is absolutely the highest level possible for you. That day, you win this challenge one day at a time. And you've heard me say it many, many times. And someone say it again. All you could do is all you could do, and all you could do is enough when you do all you could do. So simply ask yourself at the end of the day, did I do all I could do? The cause and challenge of a shift is motivation. Buyer and seller motivation has changed. Bottom line, there are significantly fewer motivated buyers and sellers. So the motivation has changed, and there are fewer motivated buyers and sellers. So what do you think your job is? The number one challenge of a shift is finding the motivated. Now, let me simplify this for you. Your only choice is to find more of the motivated, and this is why you must ramp up lead generation, because there are fewer of the motivated to find. Right now, wherever you live, if you looked at the market you work, there are people today that found out yesterday that they need to put their home on the market. They need to sell. They need to move. They got a job transfer. List all the reasons why. There are people who have decided that they're going to sell their home. You got to go find them. And it's as simple as ramp up your lead generation in order to talk to more people, in order to have a better opportunity to find the motivated. If I told you there's a home in Coral Springs, and on the front porch of that home, there's a suitcase, and inside that suitcase is $1 million. Cool, right? And then I said, okay, go find it. What would you do? You just start driving around and go to every single home in Coral Springs and walk up to the front porch until you found the home with a suitcase that had $1 million in it. Okay, I mean, that's a strategy, right? Now, what if I said there's a list, it's available. You actually can go online and you can pull down a list of all of the different properties that it could be. And that way, rather than several thousand to choose from, you've got 40. You've got 40 that day. Matter of fact, there's the addresses. And now all you have to do is go to those 40 homes and see if the suitcase is on the front porch with $1 million in it. Well, then that challenge of finding the suitcase with $1 million would be a little bit more attainable, wouldn't it, Aaron? Yeah. Okay, so this list exists. It's called the canceled, withdrawn, and expired list. Go look at it. And then go knock on their doors. When they answer the door, ask them, hey, do you have a suitcase with $1 million in it? No, don't ask them that. Please don't ask them that. Simply say, I stopped by today because I noticed your listing came off the market and I'm curious, are you still interested in selling your home? That's it. No, go away, you dirty, rotten realtor. I understand. And before I go, one more question. If I had a full price offer today, would you want me to bring you the offer? Do you have an offer? That's a great question. And I won't know until I see your home. That's exactly why I'd like to stop by, take a look at your home so that I could potentially bring you that offer. Hey, just curious, if you knew I was going to bring you an offer, you would want me to see your home, wouldn't you? Make them answer that, please. If you get, I don't know, no, yes or no. Would you want me to bring you the offer? Let's just assume for a moment you knew I was going to bring you an offer. You knew that I was going to bring you an offer. Madeline, would you want me to see your home?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's exactly why I should schedule time with you. I could come by later today or tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I just need 15 minutes to take a look at your home. So I could potentially bring you an offer. What works better, today at 5 or tomorrow at 4?
Tomorrow at 4, but since you're here.
Got the appointment. Okay. All right. I've got 5 suggestions for you to go get your unfair share. Number 1, double your lead gen time block from 2 hours to 4 hours. Please write it down. Now, if you haven't been lead generating 2 hours a day, you've been lead generating a half hour a day. It's not double from 30 minutes to an hour. No, it's get to 4 hours a day. Guys, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I certainly don't want to discourage anyone. However, I also don't want to give you false hope. And I'm telling you, in order to thrive in this market, it's going to take 4 hours of lead generation a day. It might take more. Please hear that. Number 2, double your daily contact goal from 20 to 40. I know I'm making lots of friends today, and I'm just being honest with you, okay? I want you to be massively successful. So I'm not going to tell you, eat anything you want, sit on the couch 6 hours a day and watch TV, and you're going to have that beach body that you've always wanted, because it just ain't true. True. I'm proof. Aaron, that was your chance. Holy cow, you really missed. You really missed.
You're not paying attention.
Oh man, I set you up. Number 3, do what others are not willing to do. Do what others are not willing to do. When you hear real estate agents say, I'm not going to knock on doors, you kidding me? I'm not going to call expired listings. I don't do that. Write it down. That's what you need to do. Whenever you hear somebody say, I'm not doing that, do that. What other people are not willing to do, so you can have what they won't have. Door knock, call expired listings, get outside your comfort zone. Number 4, learn how to do short sales. And start calling people who are behind on their mortgage. Learn how to do short sales and start calling people who are behind on their mortgage. Here's your script. Hello, my name is blank. I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams Realty, and I specialize in helping people avoid foreclosure. If you know of anybody behind on their mortgage, I can help them. Who do you know? You're going to get a whole lot of, I don't know of anybody. And you're going to get, actually, me. I'm behind on my mortgage. What are my options? And when you hear, what are my options? These are your options. You could do a deed in lieu of foreclosure and turn the property back over to the bank. You can allow your property to be foreclosed on. And either one of those examples, the bank is going to eventually sue you for the balance of the money that you owe between what they're able to sell the property for and the mortgage that you owe. You're also going to have court costs, penalties, and interest and attorney fees that you're going to have to pay. Or you could do a short sale. And with a short sale, the goal is to get the bank to accept the offer as payment in full, forgiving the balance that is due above what you're able to sell your home for. And a short sale will stay on your credit report for less time and takes fewer points off your credit report than a foreclosure or a deed in lieu of foreclosure. And if you want more information on how a short sale works, I can help you with that. Here's a question for you. What would you do if the market decreased by 30%? By the way, that's already happened, so check, already done. And then on top of that, what if 30% of the properties that are being sold are distress sales? So you've got a 30% decrease in sales and 30% of the homes that are being sold are distress sales. What would you do? You better get good at short sales. If that's going to be part of our reality in the future, get good at it. Am I saying it's going to? I don't know. Am I saying it's going to be anything like it was back in 2008? I don't think so. And at the same time, why wait? Why not find out how to work those sales now? All right, number 5. If you are not hitting your goals, it is either a lead generation or a lead conversion conversation. Which one is it for you? Now, if you're hitting your goals, don't answer that question. If you're not hitting your goals, it's either a lead generation conversation or it's a lead conversion conversation. How do you know which one it is? Well, if you're hitting your daily standards for lead generation, you're hitting your daily standards for conversations, for example, and you're still not hitting your goals for appointments, then it's a lead conversion conversation. And we need to work on conversion so that you're getting more appointments from those conversations. If you're not hitting your daily standard for conversations, well, then it's a lead generation conversation. Hit your standard. And until you hit your standard, it's always going to be a lead generation conversation. All right. Talk to me.
Are we able to call upon withdrawals? I know we can for canceled and expired, but withdrawals still are under contract.